It's time for the stream to start. Ow, bitch!
What's up? What's going on, my friends? It is, what is today? It is the 16th? Yeah, it's Monday the 16th. Hello! I want to talk about 90s television, but before we do that, I just got to share the live stream link. All right, let me get that. Oops. All right, hold on. All right, there we go. Notifications have been made. All right. So, what's up, Gossett? David J, Joe Clark, Rays, James P, Eng, Error, Everyday, Plaid, Joshua, Carrie. What up? What up, people? That's some good root beer. Okay, so I want to talk about some 90s action. Let's see what you guys have to say first of all here. Hate rain in the middle of winter. Well, that is definitely not a show, but that's fine, man. I mean, at least when it's raining, it's not as cold when it's raining. It sucks afterwards when it turns to ice. So, what are you going to do? Best 90s show. You know what? The ratings state was the best show, but you don't have a favorite from the 90s? I'm going to guess from the ratings, what's it going to be? Friends or Seinfeld? Seinfeld, probably, right? So, I never really watched that much Seinfeld. I wasn't interested in it when it came out. You know, I guess I just didn't, care that much about it. The same thing for Friends, actually. I didn't really watch either of those things. So, those weren't, The X-Men cartoon, oh, bro, just reading that puts the music in my head. Yeah, man, the whole thing. Dun, 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 like all of it. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Gargoyles. I remember Gargoyles. I remember that. I remember watching a bunch of Gargoyles. I loved Gargoyles. The Tick. I never really watched that much of The Tick, but it seemed fun. You know, it seemed goofy. Sliders. Oh, yeah. You know what? I watched a bunch of Sliders. You had, who was there? I don't remember actors' names very well. I think it might have been Jerry O'Donnell, and you had the big, huge beard guy, like the big fat guy with the beard from Indiana Jones. And I don't remember anybody else. I don't remember that much from Sliders, except I remember seeing, when he went back to when he's got back to his homeworld, and then he's just like, this ain't my homeworld. The gate don't squeak. And then it turns out they oiled the gate. It was his world. David J, you vote for Fresh Prince? That's a good one. Shelton, why do you feel like Luca's like Magic players and Wizards will throw it? What? Well, Luca's, they just didn't know where to shove him for the story. So they just keep repurposing him because he's a whatever burger, man. That's his deal. Tasty Rick's down with Seinfeld. A lot of people like Seinfeld. I might go back at some point and watch that one. It's totally possible. Mr. Bogus. What is that? What is that? Frasier? I remember Frasier. Pit Viper with the song. And I don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. They're calling again. Yeah, I remember that. Ridiculous. Just, yep, him and Niles. I watched that. I feel like I watched a bunch of that, man. Cable TV days, right? It's crazy. X-Files had some good episodes. Yep. Darkwing Duck, I watched a bunch of that. Deep Space Nine, super legit, man. I didn't watch it during the 2000s or whatever. I didn't watch it when it came out, but it's good. It's good. Had a lot of fun with it. What was the submarine one with the dolphin? Johnny Quest? Something like that? Quest something? I never watched Sea Quest. Oh, that name sounds familiar. I never saw Sea Quest. Bo Falcon's in the house. What up? Gerthulu, hello. Hula Hulu, how you doing? DS9 was 94. Oh, you're thinking Enterprise? Fight about the Star Wars. Nope, Star Trek. Small Wonder. Wait, was Small Wonder the one about the little girl robot? What about that show? Was it My Secret Identity where Buddy flew with aerosol cans? Twin Peaks? Never saw that. Northern Exposure just makes me think of a moose. Had a crush on the nanny. Oh my god, that Fran Drescher or whatever. That fucking voice, bro. I get that she looked good, but how do you get past that voice? Imagine that voice calling out in joy as you're railing her, bro. Is that really, like, for real? For real. Boy Meets World, never watched that. Family Matters, yep, definitely saw that. Doug, never watched that one. Small Wonder was the robot girl, yeah. Was it any good, Bo Falcon? I don't remember anything about it. Like, I remember vaguely what the little girl looked like. I don't know, her name might have been Vicky or something. I feel like I watched a bunch of that too, but I can't recall any of it, you know? Not a thing. Dar, you got a bigger problem though when it's out, buddy. You kid, that's it. That's only a short part of your life. The rest of it is gonna be filled with that clamor. No thanks. Netflix is rebooting the 70s show with the 90s show. Or are they taking the characters and aging them up? It's not a terrible concept. Why not? At this point, the 90s is far back enough that it's like 30 years ago. Oh, I'm old. It hurts, guys. Bo Falcon, it was terrible. All right, fair enough. Oh yeah, by the way, Bo Falcon, thanks for the super thanks on the Fantasy Geographic videos. I know why you did it. You're nice and you want to like encourage other people to do it as well. So I appreciate it, my friend. I noticed. You missed the 90s? Yeah, probably because you were younger. I mean, I feel you. I miss it too. Parker Lewis Can't Lose. That name's familiar. But it was probably a terrible show. Gerthulu, maybe. But, I mean, you don't need everybody, right? Kanzigi going back to lurking. It won't change the grim specter of age that's creeping up on your sack. Unsolved Mysteries. Yeah. Wasn't it like Robert Stack, man? Dick Forrest, you got your ass handed to you all day at work? Whoa, what happened with my stream? It just jorked there. Is it all good now? Bo Falcon, it helps and it feels nice too. It's all good. Plaid, Saved by the Bell. Yes, I watched a whole bunch of that. I remember that for sure, man. It was wild to me when, what the hell was that movie? when they did Showgirls, right? And then she was in that. The like Jessie Spano is in Showgirls. Man, everybody got AIDS and shit. Like, you don't even own a TV. I mean, we have televisions, but essentially they're glorified computer monitors, right? Like, I don't have cable TV because I'm not 80. The cable TV is for dinosaurs. You know what I mean? Cable TV is insane, where you pay a crazy amount of money and you like have shows with 50 ad breaks in them. It's like 50 advertisements. They'll do an ad break and it's 12 advertisements. I see this shit when I go to like the dentist and they have the TV on, and then like you're watching like a Dr. Phil episode, and Dr. Phil's there just completely like dead inside, right? You can just see it. He doesn't give a shit. He's just there for the money with whoever he's just like milking for. You gotta clean up your act. Like, you care, Dr. Phil. And now time for the ads. And there were so many. No wonder you forget the show you're watching. There's so many ads. It's criminal. Blossom, in my imagination, the sun is gonna surely shine. Yeah, I remember Blossom. Kids in the Hall. One of the guys I went to school with, his uncle was in the band that played the theme music for Kids in the Hall. Are You Afraid of the Dark? I never watched that one. Donnie Gargoyles is on Disney Plus. Oh, what? I didn't know that. News Radio, Pit Viper. I remember that one, dude. I remember that one. "20 channels, nothing but old repeats." Yeah, there was a lot of that, bro. Like, a lot of syndicated garbage and watching the same things. And then there was the summer break where, like, we're not making any shows for 3 months. It's like, come on, dude. Watch Blossom, don't remember anything. Yeah, if you ask me what Blossom was about, you have Blossom, you have her annoying friend, and then you have, like, her brother who goes, "Whoa, Joey." And that's it. That's it. Joe Rogan was in it. Yeah, a bunch of funny people were in that. Shadowy Men from a Shadowy Planet. That's the band. That's the one. Oh, early 90s MTV when they showed videos. Yeah, Forrest, bro, I feel you. Actual music videos? I like that. Then they just started making stupid shows. What up, Ben? Laura's Life Indeed. I worked on 2 videos today. Actually, I guess technically I've worked on 3 videos today. So I've got one Laura video fully recorded. It's still it's currently in editing by Carly. And then I'll put the finishing touches on it and get it ready for tomorrow morning. And then there's another Laura video that I've started on top of the other video I made today. So we got the flow going. More Laura's coming. Yeah, David J. The chick who played Blossom's actually super smart. She's educated and successful. They made MTV2 for videos, and then it became crap too. Yeah, it's just like the Learning Channel eventually turned into garbage. Where you're like, this used to be the Learning Channel. What happened? They changed it to TLC. Like, we don't want you to actually think about learning. We're gonna make garbage, and like everything turned into like trash bag reality TV. I watched one of those stupid like house fixer upper. We're gonna buy a house and fix it up episodes. And it's so stupid. Like, you just go, who believes this crap? Where they just walk up to a house, like, you know what? We're walking by. We're looking at this house. We think we're going to buy it. Let's just give the buyer a ring. Beep, boop, boop, beep, boop, boop. Hello? Wow, he picked up. And somehow they have his voice coming through crystal clear. How are they fucking wiretapping this guy's cell phone for this fucking phone call, right? So, beep, boop, boop, hey, hi, I'm calling to buy your house. Oh, I'm glad. Okay, I own it now. Yeah, you sure do. Okay, bye. And then they're like, okay, now, time to get a contractor here. Contractor shows up immediately. All right, come on, let's go walk through the house. All right, we're going to put a fireplace in there. We're going to turn this into a jacuzzi. This is going to be a fucking bowling alley. We're going to put a zoo full of AIDS monkeys back here. And you're just like, how do you know all this fucking stuff? And then he's like, right in front of the cameras, all right, Dan, how much is it going to be? Well, Bill, it's going to be $120,000. Come on, Bill. I can do 115. Come on, Bill. I can do 110. Come on, Bill. All right, I'll do it for 105. His free negotiating skills have come through yet again. And it's just like, oh, it's all fucking fake. It's all so fucking fake. Yeah, you just, yep, I own the phone. Yep, this guy's going to walk through, bang, 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 bang. Are you out of your fucking mind? This is like a multi-year sort of, it's insane. It's insane. Beekman's World, don't even know what that one is. Highlander, never watched it. The guy in that looked like a D-bag. Merfolk Bear, yeah. It used to be, the History Channel used to be like World War II all the time. For people who are into that, and I don't understand it. I do not understand being obsessed with like world wars and stuff. They fucking suck. They suck, bro. Bunch of people with guns getting chewed up in the yay in the top, we're gonna shoot you with my little gun, and then the tanks grum 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 grum. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. You think like people in the future will be excited about drones and stuff the same way? Romanticize it the same way? You know? Get into that stuff. You wouldn't want to live it. I love that, watching it, and you're just like, what, man? It would suck. It would suck. I don't want that. I'm so glad. I was saying to Carly, I'm so happy to live in a peaceful country. War ain't good for nobody, right? Except for the people getting paid for it. That's it. That's it. It ain't good for nobody. So, yeah. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk about how don't do war. Don't do war, you fucks. Do you hear me? I want your chastity pledges. Your pledges also to not go to war. I guess I don't need your chastity pledges. Most of that will be assured by your existence. But the war thing, because the chastity thing is definitely going to lead to warlike feelings. So we should probably... Y'all need to pledge. 1,000 Ways to Die. Was that the one where they talk about people running off of balconies and shit? Hercules and Xena ruled Saturday night. Ben, I remember those. They were goofy and campy, kind of fun nonsense, right? Discovery used to be good. I don't remember much of anything on them. Gummy bears bouncing here and there and everywhere. Yep, Kensuke, down with that. Down with that. Can you declare war on your feelings? I'm gonna eat them away. I'm gonna eat them away. Lois and Clark's. Oh, was that Superman show with Dean Cain? I feel like I saw a bunch of like commercials for it, but I never watched it. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, that was good. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air was fun back in the day, for sure. They tried to make an Irish Xena, but it flopped in one season, called Legacy. Definitely never heard of that one. I don't know Beetleborgs. Never heard of that. Maris, yep. You know what? Simpsons was massive. That's true. I completely forget about The Simpsons because they fell off for me in particular. But they're still going. People are still watching them. And they were huge back then. And I loved The Simpsons back in the day. I just stopped caring about what they were making after a while. Beavis and Butthead, that stuff is dumb. I remember like my friends liking it at first. I thought it was stupid and didn't want anything to do with it. And then it kind of grew on me and I was like, okay, it's dumb fun. Family Guy back in the day was good. Yep. Family Guy had a bunch of funny stuff going on. Martian Motorcycle Mice. There's so many shows. Street Sharks. I never watched either of those. Man, I guess we watched a lot of TV, huh, guys? That hasn't really changed. I watched a bunch today, right? Finished off The Boys. Well, not that wasn't today, but that was recent. Watching Gate, the anime, and a few other ones. This Gate one is kind of slow, but it's all right. At the same time, I've been reading The Boys comic books, enjoying the different story that you get through the comic books versus the show. Ren and Stimpy, yep, I remember them for sure. 100% Dick Forrest, I remember them, buddy. Extreme Dinosaurs. SWAT Cats. Nope, don't know those. Seinfeld and the X-Files, yep, Sandra, we talked about those ones for sure. Powdered Toast, man, I remember that. David J., they had their moments, right? A lot of the stuff was just Air Captain Planet, I remember watching it. I don't remember anything about it, though. Like, nothing. Aside from the basic, like, elemental rings, summon Captain Planet. But that's it. Namies! I'm very glad that Terry Hatcher isn't one of my hot relations, because then, bro, like, God would be looking down on me for my sins, going, bro, you almost broke your wrist to your own relative? Nah. I already had problems like that, bro. I had some fucking hot cousins. I didn't know they were my cousins. I was so disappointed to find out. Cause like I walk into my house the one day when I was like fucking 15, 16 years old, and there's these two hot chicks in there. And I was like, yo, who are these? Who are these people? And it's like, oh, these are your cousins. And I'm like, oh no. You're not allowed to fuck your cousins, man. Like 15-year-old me was going to have the fucking moves to make it happen anyways. But regardless, you're going to... It's like, oh, this sucks now. Whatever. Every day the stack of novels behind me look pretty cool. All Magic the Gathering. Yep, that's the, like, not up on the top shelf, but this shelf right down here. That's every Magic novel. Every single one. I got them all. Well, I guess not every single one of them because one's right here, right? This one's not on the shelf. But I have every Magic novel ever printed. So, when it comes to being able to make lore videos... Speaking of making lore videos, actually, I sent a message over to AetherHub today, congratulating him on how well things have been going, because we talked a number of months back about how things were going, and I know he's always been eager to get to 100K, like for the subscribers, right? Like he's been wanting this for years, and I just noticed that the speed he's going, the trajectory of his like subscriber increase right now, and his current sub count means that he is super close to that goal. So I hit him up and said, man, you're almost at 100K, congratulations. And then I let him know what I learned a while back, and that is when it comes to 100K, you don't actually get the plaque automatically. You have to submit like a ticket. You get some kind of ticket from YouTube, and you have to submit it to some other website, and then they actually make and ship the thing to you. But you don't auto get it. And there's like certain channels that types that aren't qualified for it, but I didn't bother bringing that up because he's not going to have that problem. With the videos that he makes, he doesn't have to worry. They're not going to make you like a plaque for a channel where you're like, I'm a butt plug reviewer. You know, that's not going to... Cthulhu, who cares? There's no police that are going to come to your house and be like, I'm sorry, were you in a stream where you said, what's the best 90s show? And I said Ghostbusters, but it started in 86. Like, if a show ran mostly through the 90s, but started technically in like 89, are you going to exclude it? This is just a casual live stream. Not everything's on the record, but all of your names are being put in a list in a database, just so you know. There's a guy on YouTube who only reviews cigarettes. I mean, what, like, dude, I talk about magic cards. That's super niche. Cigarettes are enjoyed by way more people. So how is that? Like, he only reviews something that, like, tons and tons of people on the planet engage with. That's something that, like, way more people have an interest in than magic cards. Kensuke, you want to get a job as a live stream cop? You come in with, woo, woo, you're busted. You're busted. You're not obeying the laws of the live stream. I'm gonna billy club your butt. Captain Caveman, if you're talking 80s, yeah, go ahead, toss out 80s ones. Who cares? We're just talking about shows we like and stuff, man. Oh, we're apparently just going nostalgic whatever anyway, so who cares? Who cares? You can find people doing everything on the internet, guys. You can find people doing horrible stuff. You can find people doing great stuff. You can find people doing nothing. Just sitting watching paint drying. You can find a ton of people playing video games terribly with loud, awful mics where it's just like, stop. Stop it. There was a sitcom with Paul Reiser and Helen Hunt. There was. There was. You're right. Mad About You. Isn't that what it was called? I don't remember it being funny in the slightest. Helen Hunt. Am I remembering the same lady? Yeah. Yeah, you know what? Helen Hunt, I feel like she did well for herself, you know, overall. Overall, she's not like a bad actress. She wasn't the worst as an actress, but I don't know. She never felt like anything amazing. I liked her in As Good as It Gets, right? That, admittedly, that's why I like Helen Hunt. Because I enjoyed the movie As Good as It Gets. L.A. Law. No, what am I thinking of now? Law and Order. Boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. Boom, boom, dun, 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 dun. She was nice and dull. Oh, speaking of dull, and not the actual movie, but it's a subject in the movie, I just watched The Banshees of, what was it called? The Banshees of Inisherin. It's a movie, and it's set in a tiny little village kind of setup. And it's not like some big, crazy Marvel movie or whatever. But they have solid actors in it, and it was a surprisingly enjoyable film. It's just about two friends whose friendship abruptly ends, and then things get kind of crazy. And that's it. That's all I knew going into it, and it was a thoroughly engaging film. I wasn't bored during it. I wasn't thinking about other movies. I wasn't looking at it going, look at all these special effects, like when I watched the second Doctor Strange movie, where it's like, there's nothing going on. I'm not connecting with this movie at all. I see all these pretty special effects, but it means nothing. This was like genuinely enjoyable. It was good. It was good. You liked her in Twister? Oh, I don't remember what I thought about the movie Twister. Ally McBeal was a thing? Oh, yeah, that lady felt like she needed to eat. Joe, you like Moonlighters? Straight to the moon. You're going right way back. Wait, Moonlighters was something else, right? Plaid, did I hear about Wizards planning to charge for D&D Beyond up to $30 a month? I did, and I heard about like making simpler stuff so they could have AI DMing. But if the AIs are DMing, then how is it still D&D unless it's an AI DM for a group of people? But it's like it's straddling that realm of video game. It's interesting. I'm curious. Chim, what's up? Damien, what's going on, buddy? What up, Al? If you didn't like Doctor Strange 2, you probably won't like Avatar 2. It had absolutely no substance, all visuals with no story. Well, thanks, David J., because that is... I find it to be tedious and empty. Moonlighters was Bruce Willis. Never saw it, Joe. Never saw it, buddy. Al, you like Outlaw Star? Oh, yeah, Desolator told me about that one, buddy. Man, there's so much stuff out there. So many different shows and movies and just more constantly being made. On the upside, it means that you can spend your time just watching great stuff. On the downside, you got to wade through all kinds of crap to find the great stuff, so it can be harder. Gerthuli just wants to break the rules. It's like, can I count this one that starts in the 80s? And now it's like going back to the 70s. I like this show from the 20s. And I don't mean the 2020s. I mean the 1920s. I never watched much of Xena. I saw a fair number of the Hercules episodes, but I never saw much of the Xena Warrior Princess ones. It's quaint to go back and watch some old shows that are based on the older world, right? Everything's different now with everybody having like cell phones and internet access. It's funny how many different horror movies and stuff have to be like, okay, first things first. How do we deal with people's cell phones? It makes it way easier for people to be like, boop, boop, boop. Hello, police? You know, like, kind of ends the thread of stuff real quick. Was Babylon 5 late 80s or 90s? I think Babylon 5 was probably 90s. Joe, Night Court's making a comeback starting tomorrow. That's a random as hell statement to make. What? Are they actually doing something with Night Court? Because I went back and tried to watch Night Court, and like the first season sucks. The first season of Night Court sucks. It sucks. It gets a little bit better after that, but I'd say Night Court was like a middle of the road one. Rockford Files? Never heard of that one, Al. Star Trek The Next Generation? Yeah, a lot of people like that one. I have not watched much of that. I saw a few episodes back in the day, just randomly on television. New episodes air tomorrow. Well, that sounds terrible. Absolutely terrible. Night Court reboot. Everything to know about the new Night Court. Had a 9-season run? Huh. Well, maybe it got better later, but rather than a reboot of the original, it'll be a continuation of the original story, this time starring Harry Stone's daughter. Okay. Oh. Oh, no. Yeah, okay, that's alright, I'm out. Well, I hope whoever wants to enjoy that enjoys that. Looking at it jorked my stream. Dragon Raider tried to watch Columbo, but it was too slow paced for you. Hey, fair enough. Sometimes it's hard to go back and watch the old shows. Not everything holds up, right? Some things are just a product of their time and fine in that time, but outside of that time, Rockford Files about a PI who lives in a trailer parked outside a beach in the 70s or 80s and has flaky and strange people hire him for cases he hardly gets by financially. All right, Al, fair enough, buddy. That's silly. It's like, feel sad for this man. So what is it? 6, 7. I guess it's the 7th installment of the story that we're working on now. I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be 10 or not. I'm wondering if Wizards is like they released 2 today. Are they releasing 2 more tomorrow, like side stories, or because they've done it? They never have a consistent way of releasing these lore chunks. It's kind of maddening. But whatever. You gotta do what you gotta do. Jim Murder, She Wrote. I never watched that. And I never watched the Angela Lansbury action. NYPD Blue. Never watched the cop shows most of the time. The only one I ever saw was Larner. Oh, Dharma and Greg. Oh, that show was awful. I hated that. Dharma and Greg was terrible. It's a comedy and detective show. It's well done. Nice. Yeah, actually, the movie I watched last night, Banshees of Inisherin, is like a comedy as well. It's not like full on comedy, but there's definitely comedic moments. It's like a drama comedy. It's a good time. It's like a small village. So at one point, the guy is confessing to the priest, and the priest asks him if he's into men, and he's like, "No, I'm not into men." And he's like, why even ask him? He's like, "Well, it's a perfectly fine question to ask him." He's like, "Well, are you into men then, Father?" And he's like, "No, I can't even believe you would ask me that." He's like, Now I'm not even going to give you forgiveness. Get out of here." Like, he's in the confessional where you go in and you confess your sins, and then the priest gives you absolution so that if you die, you can go to heaven. That's how this is supposed to work. So the priest asks him if he's into dudes, and he gets offended. And then the priest acts like it's no big deal for him to ask that. And they ask the priest if he's into dudes, and the priest like, "I can't even believe you would ask a priest that. Get out of here. I am not absolving your sins." But he's basically like, "I guess I better not die in the next week then." It's pretty funny. In the Heat of the Night? Nope. Never heard of that one. Not being able to remember a show usually, like at all, usually means it was terrible. Just terrible. I did not watch Sequest ever, Merfolk Bear. Not once. Clerks animated show. Wasn't that terrible? I thought that was terrible, dude. Meh. That was a lot. That was a lot of caffeinated beverage gas. And I looked down, and there's this card here called it's Bagoom's Roar. And I'm like, it sure was a Bagoom's Roar. Checking out your DVDs. Wow. Like, that's hardcore, man. You got a big old DVD collection still? I remember, once upon a time, I wanted to have, like, every show I liked and every movie I liked on, like, discs so that I would always have them. I didn't know the discs would degrade and all that stuff, and also didn't really think about how much of a hassle it would be. I remember my dad giving me, like, spindles with tons of discs on them when he used to, like, burn movies on them back in the day and have so many of them. And you're just like, you can't port all that crap around. All right, you guys say the Clerk show is good. I guess I must not have seen it. Degrassi Junior High, they showed us that stuff in school. Watching Degrassi Junior High. Man. Oh, Home Improvement? Yeah, with that Wilson guy on the other side of the fence. I remember that. It wasn't anything special, but I mean, Buddy, what's his name? Tim, whatever. I don't know. Is that his name? I can't remember. He just did like grunting and stuff, and then it was in Santa movies and everything. Like, he did really well for himself. That show was stupid, though. That show was dumb. When was Knight Rider or A-Team? I don't know. Knight Rider might have been like late 80s, but that's all right. Knight Rider was awesome, bro. We literally had Knight Rider night at my house when I was a kid. I told you guys before, my mom was tight-fisted with the fucking sugar, right? It just sounds weird. But anyways, you could, like, you weren't allowed to have candy and junk most of the time. But Friday night, you were allowed to have a little bag of chips and a can of pop. And that was called Knight Rider night. And I'd get my bag of chips and I'd get my can of pop, and we would watch Knight Rider and other shows that evening. I loved it. I loved it. It's like every Friday, Knight Rider night. Memory sticks with me for forever years later. Clayton, that's come up a bunch of times already. Don't even worry, bro. Andromeda, never seen that one. Yeah, that's how it goes, Ben. That's how it worked, Ben. You just watched whatever the hell was on TV, right? I remember when they came up with the whole, now there's a channel that you can see what's on other channels. And I'm like, sweet. Now I'll only miss the first 5 minutes of every show trying to pick what I'm going to watch. Or I got to stop watching what I'm watching now to plan it out. It feels so archaic, right? Now that I'm accustomed to the internet and on-demand entertainment, it feels insanely archaic, where it's just like, yo, bro, do you want to see the newest episode of The Simpsons? I sure do. Okay, come back on Tuesday at 3 o'clock. And it's like, what? Yeah, it's going to run on Tuesday at 3 o'clock till 3:30. It's like, okay, cool, I'll watch it later. Oh, no, you can't. What? Yeah, no, that's it. Be there at 3. That's when it'll be on. What? Like, that's it. You got 1 half an hour window. That's it. Al, I loved everything about Knight Rider, bro. Buffy, never watched that. Nope. Man, they had a Niagara Airbus commercial on the ad channel. Like, sorry, not the ad channel. On the TV Guide channel, they had the ad for the Niagara Airbus. I heard it like so many times. There's so many people who just know their jingle by heart, man. It's like emblazoned into my mind. And actually, the one time that I used their service, they did a really good job. So, yeah, every day, exactly, bro. I never thought about how many shows I didn't get to watch from the start back in the day until I went back and watched Perfect Strangers, right? Because I remembered Perfect Strangers. So I went back and we started watching from episode 1. And I'm like, this is such a wild experience because I know these are some of these episodes I've never seen, a bunch of them. Because you just saw here you go. This is what's on. You have no choice. You have no control. You don't get to go back to the beginning. It's so nutty. Baywatch. Oh, air. Sometimes you stand in the darkness, afraid to come into the light. Fuck yeah, man. Run down them beaches. Make them titties bounce, yo. Don't you worry. Airwolf? I never saw that one. What? Thunder in Paradise with Hulk Hogan. Never heard of that, Namius. Never heard of that one, bro. It's hard to fathom that normal TV shows used to pull view numbers like only the Super Bowl can do now. Is it though? Like in a way, I feel you, but in another way, television used to be more amazing, and it used to be more of like television used to be a cultural touchstone, right? Like, we all watched roughly the same things because you didn't have that many options, right? Like, bro, I remember when having 30 or 40 channels was a big deal. It's like, whoa, 30 or 40 different channels to pick from? That's it, though. Like, that compared, like, now, there's a million billion shows you can watch in any given moment. We all had we would all engage with pretty much the same things. Not all of the same things, but a lot of overlapping and whatever. It was like the culture was more monolithic, right? So I see why back in the day you get more people watching that stuff. You got fewer competing options, right? There's a number of factors. And TV was less cynical in previous eras. Dark Angel had barcodes printed on them. What? Never saw that. Had Jessica Alba. Oh, she's smoking hot, bro. Golden Girls is a good show. Thank you for being a friend. Do 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 do. Travel down the road and back again. Those shows. There was so many there was so many shows that had banger intros. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that was one of the keys almost to having a good show was to have a banger theme song, man. You know, Perfect Strangers had a banger theme song. Legit. Kirby ripped it off for the newest Kirby game. You can hear it. It's in there. The Outer Limits. Yep, I'm down with that. Plaid, sure, sometimes the network put on a football game and never air an episode. That would happen too. If football ran long and be like, whatever, it can chew through other stuff. I hated football because I didn't understand as much as a kid. So I'd come to my dad and be like, yo, when the football game over? And like, there's 30 minutes left in the game. And my stupid little brain thought that meant there's 30 minutes left. But it's like, they're going to keep pausing the game. You're going to be here for hours. Nightingale, I've never seen, and I don't think I've seen a single Austrian television show, so I don't know. I don't know if I can comment on any of that, bro. Replace David Hasselhoff with Hulk Hogan. Kit with a boat. Set it on a beach. You got thunder in paradise. What? Okay, hold on. I think I gotta check this out, man. It sounds ridiculous. Thunder in paradise. All right. It's a talking boat with Hulk Hogan. That's funny. Johnny Bravo's ridiculous. Powerpuff Girls, I didn't see. I see like the tiniest little bit of. Tiny Toons, I watched some. SpongeBob, Dexter's Lab, didn't watch either of those. Man, there's so many different shows from back in the day. And they didn't have a bunch of people yelling about them online all the time saying they sucked. The boat doesn't talk, it's just their main source of transportation. Oh. Well, it's not the same then. Navius, you lied to me. You made me think that the boat was going to be cooler than it is. It's just Hulk Hogan in a boat solving crimes or something. Futurama's epic. Futurama's great. Yeah, if it's not some kind of hyper-intelligent boat with, like, robo-talking abilities, I don't care, man. I don't care. It's a boat worthy of James Bond. The boat's all techie. Oh, all right. Okay, all right. You know what? You're bringing me back around to a degree. To a degree. I like the whole talking thing. I wanted, like, a smack-talking boat that gave him problems. But I mean, it's got a bunch of tech. Was the show fun or terrible though? Is it actually enjoyable is the question. Animaniacs, I watched a bunch of that. Mega Man in Spanish, Gordo. Oh, all right. Was that the Mega Man that, like, there was, like, Captain and Nintendo and then Super Mario Brothers and Mega Man? South Park started in the 90s as well. It sure did. It sure did. Lots of amazing shows were made in the 90s. Jim. You gotta give it a lady voice. That's funny. Daria. Oh, that was the monotone chick from Beavis and Butthead. Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that at the end. It was like Deke. Nathan, what's up, buddy? Yeah, I have to admit, you know what? You're right. Normally, we don't stay on the topic of a stream for this long, right? I mean, it hasn't been quite as long as you think, but yeah, that's true. We usually wander all over the place. Probably because there's just so many different shows and things, so we've just been bouncing around. Renegade, never heard of that one. King of the Hill, hey, there you go. There you go. It's been a while since I thought of that one. Bobby, that boy ain't right. Quite different than Beavis and Butthead, right? That was fun. Stargate, I never watched the Stargate show. I watched the Stargate movie. Nathan says, go like the stream, y'all. Oh, I don't have a board, do I? Hold up. Let me grab it. Hey, what up, Cat Bar? It's been a while, buddy. Star Trek. Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a good choice. We've been watching Firefly, and it's fun, but the theme song is just dreadful. Oh, it's like, you can't take the sky from me. And it's like, can't take the sky? You're in fucking outer space. You're a fucking spaceship. You can't take the sky from me. You're in outer space. That's not the sky. That's not the sky. And then it's all fucking country twang. And I'm just like, I'm a cowboy in space. I'm a fucking disgrace. Can't take the sky away. Fuck you. You're in outer space. And then they had the one episode, we got cows. And I'm like, like, I get it. We're like, hey, Space Cow. We saw Cowboy Bebop, and we're like, yo, when they say howdy, Space Cowboys, hey, Space Cowboys, see you next time, Space Cowboys. What if we made actual Space Cowboys? I fucking hate the Firefly intro so fucking much. It's so, I hate it. Firefly is fun, though. I like the show more than I thought I would. That shit they did with the fucking, I got this crazy weapon, but it can't fire in space. It needs oxygen. So we're going to put a little fucking helmet on it. That helmet shooting that trap they were flying through. I loved it. I found that genuinely entertaining. I'm like, this show is fun. But every time that intro starts, I just start making fun of it, man. I wish I knew it. I sang a different version for Carly, and she laughed pretty hard. But it's every time I'm like, oh, I hate country music so much. I'm like, oh, no, come on, stop it. Stop it. Can't take the sky from me. Every time I hear it, it makes me mad. You're not in the sky. You're not in the sky. You're in space, you fucking dickheads. You're in space, you country fuck. Hashtag triggered. Nami's Firefly is one of your girlfriend's favorites. All right, thumbs up. Christopher B, I don't know that one, bro. I don't know that one at all. Reboot. Oh, is that the one with the crazy animation on YTV with people are green and shit? Digital people? Hey, cat bar with the little sheep. He's just sheeping on in. Well, don't be too sheepish. That's a random and tiny sticker. Why is he all the way up at the front like that? What is that? Or is that not a sticker? Did you just put that in the chat? What the hell? Space is the outer sky? Oh, God. It makes me want to rub bleach in my eyes. You can't take the sky from me. Dragon Raider, does this song mess with you too? Every day, what are the best things to put in your cube? Put in a bunch of answers, put in some card drawing, you know, stuff like that. Stuff like that. Seems like in the 90s they threw everything at the public to see what would stick. Well, they got some fun stuff as a result, right? You thought the sky is in space because everyone is in space? Do people fucking refer to being in space as I'm in the fucking sky? No, you don't. No, you don't. But they want to reduce it to that for their country fucking hick, hayseed, moonshine drinking. Oh, look at me with my fucking Ford pickup truck and a goddamn piece of hay stuck in my teeth. Oh, Lord, the country life for me. Dirt and trucks and a dog. There's a horse. Life is good in the country. Like, fuck off with this romanticizing of a bullshit fucking life. That's not fun, man. Fucking your ball sack up, being a cowboy, being around stinkbag cattle all the time. You want to be a fucking farmer? That's what you are, cowboy man. You're a fucking farmer. That shit is hella romanticized and fucking garbo. And country music is fucking stupid. All right? We're on a rock in space. Well, you can't take the sky from me. I did a little. I'm still going to watch all the episodes, but damn, man. Damn. Nathan's fucking gone into shock. He's like, bro, I love Firefly's music. You can't say that. Beat Streets down with Xena Warrior Princess. I know why you thought that was the best. You're all there watching the show, but you're like, bro, if I just crouch down like this and get real low, then maybe when Xena's in a fight, maybe I'll be able to see up that fucking skirt, huh? It's you just kind of getting all... You getting fucking low like that song, huh? Getting down there? Oh, come on, Xena, fight for your life. Let me have a little look. Graven, lower decks. That's from 2020s. Come on, man. Come on. Kenneth, you live in the South and can grieve farming's over-romanticized country music. Hella lame. Farming is useful, but not like, it won't make you feel glorious doing it, right? Carrie, well, I guess I'm not free, man. I'm not free. I don't want to fucking work a farm and do all that shit. I'd rather yell fucking dick jokes and talk about magic cards and then use super chat money to buy bacon and root beer, all right? Because God fucking bless technology and the universe. I don't have to go out and fucking have a cow take a dump on my fucking carrots and then get out there and squeeze one out myself, hoping the fucking rutabagas can grow. You know? We're not living free. They can take the sky from me. That's right, Kenneth. How you supposed to make that glorious? I'm trying to live a happy life. Seems like a good goal. I'm not like insanely picky about my music, but I don't like country music. I can't stand jazz. Can't fucking stand it. Because it's just somebody fucking just spasming out, randomly making shit up. No thank you. No thank you. Come back when you've got a song. I don't want to hear this random, like, the only people that you want to hear that from are like maybe super talented people. I don't know. But to me, it's just obnoxious. No, Jesus, man. Get it figured out and come back. Do I like Jimi Hendrix? Yeah, Jimi Hendrix music's good, man. Merfolk Bear says, note to self, don't eat when watching this channel. Gotta be careful. You gotta watch out. Jazz is only good when there's no singing. What, singing? I wasn't even talking about singing. I was just talking about playing the instruments, man. Hendrix left way ahead of his time, that's for sure. He bounced out way too early, bro. Jazz is good on mute. Yeah. Yep. Agree. That's good. That's funny. All right. I still got a lore video to get ready. I still got a lore video for tomorrow that's got to be finished up and put out and whatnot. So I'm going to be heading out with my friends. We will reconvene tomorrow. I'll have more time when all these lore videos is done. But for now, I got to get going. So thanks for coming by and talking about some shows with me. It's been a fun time. You guys are awesome. And we will reconvene tomorrow, but for now, you can't take the sky away from me. Deedle, 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 me.